Hey guys, it's me, Jess, or So It Is True. I'm making this video because I was hurting pretty bad after our last video, but Bo had mentioned that I was making this video, so I guess I have to make it. So in this video I'm going to talk about my complications. I'm also going to show you my scars up close and personal. So one thing that I want to tell you guys is that if you're kind of squeamish about scars, don't watch this video. If you want to know about my complications, watch the first half and close after the last half. Also, I want to let you guys know that, as I promised, I'm going to be making a video about insurance and how to get your insurance to pay for your plastic surgeries. Now, if you're more interested about having your plastic surgery done than watching, than knowing about the complications and what you may appear after the surgery like, you probably don't want to watch this. But keep an eye out in the next following couple of days. There will be a video about insurance and having them pay for your plastic surgery. So, we're going to go into my complications. I want to give you guys all of the details about my complications. The list is long, but I'm not going to go into detail about each and every one of them. I'm just going to let you know what complications I've had. But as you guys know, I'm going to be making a lot of videos this year, so this is one of the biggest things. I'm going to go into each one of my complications that I've had in depth. I want you guys to know the ins and outs, so that way, if this happens to you, God forbid, if it ever happens to you, you can walk into the ER and be strong knowing exactly what it could be, and that your doctor tests for it, and you don't end up in the boat that I was in, where they just kept sending me home. I don't know what's wrong with you, and I ended up, either fighting with the doctors or driving myself 16 hours to Boston to my doctor to have them fix what was wrong. So, with that being said, like I just said, I've driven home twice to my doctor through the night to see them, to go to the ER after driving 16 hours to have them fix what was wrong with me. My surgeon, Dr. David Lautz, did an amazing job. Amazing job. He's at Burbank Women's Hospital, one of the top 3 surgeons of the world, so I'm told. Like, he literally, from what I understand, he has children, and he is very understanding. His bedside manner is amazing. I have severe anxiety. I did not have one anxiety attack while I was in the hospital, and it was because of the fact that that man took time out of his day to come see me every day I was in the hospital. And every time I went to the ER, one reason or another, most of the time it was because of what my body was reacting to the surgery with, he always found his way into that room that I was in. So if you are anywhere near the Boston area, that man will save your life. So go see Dr. David Lautz at Burbank Women's Hospital. So there's my spiel on that. So as for the complications, this is not all of them because I was trying to remember everything that's happened. And unless I go through that bottom drawer right there, which you probably can't see, but it's like this one, it's loaded with paperwork. The bottom drawer of that dresser is loaded down with paperwork, and it goes underneath my television. So my paperwork for hospital paper is ridiculous. This is just some of my complications. 2 full-blown strictures, and that's where your pouch closes up at the bottom. Severe dehydration that put me into stay at the hospital multiple times. 3 obstructions, acute gastritis, gallbladder disease like attacks, and it ended up making it so I had to have my gallbladder removed. Multiple food blockages, severe indigestion, protein deficiencies, which I'm going to go into details about what protein deficiencies are. But I can tell you right now that if you have what you believe to be a stricture where you can't get fluid through and you even choke down water, you need to go to the hospital because it can kill you. It's not a joke. And I will go into all those details with that, but right now, due to my current situation, I can't go into those details with you guys. But once everything's straightened out in my personal life, I'll be able to definitely go into that detail with y'all. Ferritin deficiencies. When you go to your doctor next time, tell your doctor you want to make sure that you get a CBC, which is having all of your blood work done, and you'd like to get a ferritin level check. Even though it shows that you may not be anemic. Mine shows that I'm not severely, I'm slightly anemic, but I'm not severely anemic. but I am severely deficient in ferritin. Your ferritin level needs to be about a 33. 32, you're already deficient. I'm less than a 1. So make sure that you tell your doctor that you want to have your ferritin level checked, because that is something that gastric bypass patients have a lot of the time. With ferritin level deficiencies, you'll have to have an iron infusion if it's as severe as it is with mine. Iron infusions is where they put the iron into intravenous, they put that into your veins. It may not seem like a big deal, it may not sound like a big deal, but the adverse effect is shock, where you can die from it. So make sure you get your ferritin checked, and make sure that you're chewing that little iron pill every single day. Do not put it off. That's serious. It's not a joke. I've had well over 30 ER visits. It's probably closer to 40 or 50, but to be honest with you, who's counting anymore? Well over 12 hospital stays. I believe it's closer to 15 or 16, where my hospital stays was over 3 days. The ones that were one night, I'm not even going to mention those. I've had nerve damage. Of course, vitamin deficiencies. I mean, literally, the list literally goes on and on and on. What I'm trying to say with my complications is I have too many to count. I know the ins and outs of them. I'm going to go over all those details with you guys. I want you guys to know about it. That way you don't end up in the shoes that I'm in now. So what I was going to tell you in the beginning and what I'm going to show you now is my scars. One thing that I will tell you is this. When I walked into the surgery room, I really thought it was going to go 3 ways, and I'll put them in how I felt like they were going to happen. I really thought I was going to die going into gastric bypass, and it was I have really bad anxiety, so I was freaking out. And if I wasn't going to die, I really knew gastric bypass was not going to work for me. Those are not the ways that you want to go into gastric bypass. Go into the surgery. If you are thinking the worst is going to happen. I mean, literally, you need to sit back and you need to say, God, take the wheel. Like, I literally need to get through this. I need to be healthy. I need to be happy. I need to do this for my kids. I need to do this for my family. I need to do this for whatever. You need to do it for yourself. You need to calm those nerves. You need to go in there happy, content. This is what you're doing, because you're not changing it. You're going. So take a deep breath, because you have no choice in the matter. You know that you need to do it, so do it. Do it with a smile on your face and know that everything's going to come out perfect, because, power of the mind is amazing. So do that, because it's really, that's the way to go if you're going to do it. And the third option was that I was going to come out, I was going to be, have the hanging skin, but I was going to get it removed, and everything would be perfect, and I was going to be beautiful, and everything was going to be gorgeous, and all this stuff. Well, I didn't do the proper research. I picked a plastic surgeon that was well known for doing plastic surgery, and he was well known for doing cancer patients, okay, where your insurance covers it. When your insurance covers any type of surgery, it's whatever's medically best. To get you to a certain point, up here is, you pay for that. You pay for the difference. If you're paying cash, you pay more, you get more. With insurance, you don't pay much of anything. The insurance pays for it, and they pay the least they can possibly pay and get out of there, with their pocketbook still. We end up the ones hurt. Because, although, I'll tell you this, I'm not a perfect 10, but in my book I'm still an 8. I'm still okay, my brain is still working, even though I have really bad ADD. I can't wear a bikini and be proud and walk down the street at the beach. I don't look at that, I don't look at it that way. But I can go in my backyard, lay in the sun with a bikini and not be ashamed with the way that I look. I'm no longer that person that people look at and they feel almost sad. I don't want somebody to feel sad for me. I want somebody to feel proud. And that's how I feel when I make these videos. For you guys, I feel like my subscribers, they follow me, they're proud of my accomplishments and how I stay strong, because you have no other choice. So in close, you can see a little bit of the outline of my, where the fat's kind of still at. But, I mean, I'd walk outside like this. I mean, the difference between being 400 and almost 420 pounds and who I am now, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I'm not ashamed of this. Not ashamed. I'll shake it all day long. And people can say all that they want about my confidence level and stuff. I'm just going to tell you guys, I had a very best friend, and we talked about this in the last video about, you know, friends doing whatever. If you're a girl and you're going to have gastric bypass, be willing to do it by yourself. I was scared to death of being on my own and doing everything by myself. Plan on doing it by yourself. Don't lean on nobody, because I did, and I thought this person knew me, man. I thought she had me down in a book like she knew me. She has no clue who I am, especially anymore, because I am not ashamed, and I have nothing to hide, and I'll put the camera right in my face, man, I'll show you everything. I am not ashamed, and that is what really upsets me about what was said, because I'm not. And so here's what I'm going to show you guys, exactly my, I'm going to show you guys exactly the skin. You can see where the line is now on my stomach, okay? You can see how it goes. It was not done properly, and I can tell you why it wasn't done properly. It wasn't done properly because they didn't do the drawing on my fat the way that they were supposed to. They gave me the drugs to calm your nerves before they bring you into the ER. He had me stand up. I didn't even know where I was. I remember the room spinning, and he's just a drawing, and I ended up like this. So the second surgery, they did it. They did the line. Well, I still ended up like this, so I'm not really sure if there was really any difference. You guys can see in my excess skin video the difference, though, and this is something to be proud of. Regardless if I paid for it myself or the insurance company paid for it, I'm not ashamed that I don't have my pouch anymore. That pouch nearly destroyed me. That pouch is what made me still feel fat. And I may have scars to show all the surgeries, but I don't have that feeling of, I can't put my hands on my thighs. I can't, when I sit down, the fat used to come to here. And when I was big, it would go over my knees. Now when I sit down, I can look down and I can see my thighs, you know? Anyway, going on to this, here is the incision. I don't know if you guys can see it. To be honest with you, with my back being the way that it is, I can't really, let's see. Here is, let's see if we can, there's a scar. You guys can see it there. So you can see it there. And it goes like that all the way around my thighs. It literally goes all the way around from here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but from here all the way around to here is where that line ends. And when they say that's the most painful plastic surgery, they are not kidding. Oh my God, they are not kidding. So let me see how much time we have left. Alright, so we have approximately 2 minutes left. So that's where I'm at now. I'm not ashamed of it, but I can tell you that there is a difference. There is a difference.